Okay, for using square roots to solve, basically what we're going to do is we're going to get down to the x squared portion. So for that problem, it's this one. We want to get down to the x squared for that one. For number 8, it's already done for you. For number 9, it's almost done for you. For 12, we're going to have to get rid of that 4 out front, but get down to that. And once you've done that, we are going to take the square root of both sides. So in this case, we're going to take the square root of x squared and 81. Now remember, every time you take a square root, to get rid of a square, you have two answers. You have a positive version and you have a negative version. So the square root of x and x squared, those cancel each other out. So we're left with x equals plus or minus the square root of 81 is 9. And so that's your answer. And just as a quick explanation as to why, the reason we do a positive and a minus, if I were to go back and plug that 9 in for x, right, I can do positive 9 squared, which will equal 81. I could also do negative 9 squared. That will also equal 81. That's why there's two answers, because two answers will solve this equation, will satisfy this equation. All right. Go ahead and pause it. Try number 8 real fast. Remember, you will have to reduce that radical. All right. Now that you're back, number 8, same idea. We're going to square root both sides. So I'll start off. Since the x squared's alone, I'll go ahead and square both sides. So x squared, those cancel each other out. I'm left with x equals, and we'll got plus or minus, and we'll go ahead and reduce this 180 real quick. I'm going to go over to the side and reduce the 180. All right, 180 is, I believe, 64. Let me check right quick. Nope, I was wrong. 180 is 36 times 5. All right, the square root of 36 is 6. The 5 is left over. So our final answer is x equals plus or minus 6 times the square root of 5. All right. So yeah, every so often you will have to reduce a radical. All right. Number 9, 10, and 11 and 12 operate the exact same way. You just have to first solve for the x squared, then square root both sides. So number 9, if I were you, I'm going to do number 9, go try number 10. I'll do number 11, you try number 12. I'll still walk through them, but go ahead and work them out that way. So number 9, real fast, I'm going to start off by subtracting the 3. So x squared equals 25. All right. Take the square root of both sides. The squares cancel out, so x equals 5. What did I forget? Don't forget your plus or minus. All right? It's always two answers. All right, pause the video and go ahead and try number 10. Number 10, if you're back, again, same idea. We're going to start off by getting down to the x squared. So I'll add 13 to both sides. So x squared equals 13 plus 38. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, so that's 1, that's 51. Is that right? I'm losing my mind, it's too early in the morning. 8 plus 3 is 11. 3, 4, 5, yes, 51. And then go square root both sides. And I think in this case, 51 may not be divisible by anything. It might actually be prime. All right, in this case, 51 is not divisible by a perfect square. I was wrong a second ago. 51 is not prime. It's divisible by 17. But, no, not x squared. It's divisible by 17, but 17 is not a perfect square. So, we are just going to leave it as x equals plus or minus the square root of 51. And that is okay. All right. Number 11 and 12, again, exact same way. Get down to the x squared. If you want to try number 11 first before walking through with me, go ahead and pause the video. If you're not, let's go. So, start off, add 12 to both sides. So we got 3x squared equals 36. Divide by the 3. So x squared equals 36 divided by 3 is 12. All right, then we'll go ahead and square root both sides. So x equals plus or minus, and if you want to go over to the side and reduce that 12 real quick, 12 is 4 times 3, the square root of 4 is 2. Alright, x equals plus or minus 2 on the square root of 3. And you know what, I'll go ahead and do that in a consistent color so that no one is confused. 2 on the square root of 3. Alright, last but not least, number 12. Go ahead and move the 17, which I'm going to go ahead and write it out because it's too early in the morning for me to do this in my head. So 4x squared equals 9 plus 7 is 16, 9, 10, 11, 1, 1, 216. Alright, which is actually almost 225. 216 divided by 4. This one I am going to use my calculator. 216 divided by 4. 216 divided by 4 equals 54. Alright, go ahead and take the square root of both sides. So x equals plus or minus, I'm trying to think, 54. 54 is not divisible by 25. It's not divisible by 16. 54 is divisible by 9. So just as a quick reminder, 54 is 9 times 6. The square root of 9 is 3, so 3 on the square root of 6. So your final answer is x equals plus or minus 3 on the square root of 6. And this is supposed to be a 6 over here, not a 3. My bad. There you go.